Welcome back to the Data Protection Diaries. Welcome back to the vlog. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can get started on your compliance journey. We get a lot of questions from potential new clients, potential customers, and through messages on LinkedIn from people, DPOs, people starting in new roles and asking the same thing, which is, where do we start? How best do we get things moving? How best do we try and understand the challenges that business is facing? And what can we do to just get this compliance journey started? So in this video, we're going to look at 5 things which you can implement either within your organization as a privacy or data protection professional, or just within your own organization, within your own business, if you want to start trying to improve your data protection compliance. If you aren't already, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. There's a little link in the bottom right hand corner. You click that, you'll get notified when videos come out. There's also a bell icon if you want to be notified when these videos come out. We have got some more videos planned over the next few weeks, so we're going to start trying to get those out on a more regular basis. But if you want to know exactly when they're going to drop, click the little bell and you'll be notified as and when they come out. But for now, let's get on with what we want to talk about today. So one of the things we get asked here as a business is, how do I get started? I've taken on a new job, taken on a new role. I've been given some responsibility for data protection or privacy in my business. There isn't a lot of money, we don't have a budget. What are the things that I can do to get started, to start helping my organization improve their compliance? Well, there are a number of things that you can do, and a lot of these things aren't even going to cost you any money. And those are the things that we're going to focus on today. So the first thing that you can do, and the first thing that we always recommend, even when we take on a new client, it's something that we do, is have a look at the organization's privacy notice. So have a look at the website. What information is being provided to customers? How clear is it? How much information is being provided? Does it feel accurate? Does it feel like it's giving the right sort of information in the context of what the organization does? You should also look at the employee privacy notices. So if this is a new job for you and you've been taking on as a new employee, you may have been given that privacy notice during your recruitment period. If it's not a new job, you've been in the business a while, maybe you haven't seen that privacy notice, maybe somebody else wrote it, maybe it's your job to write it. But going back, having a look at that employee privacy notice, what information are we giving internally? How is information about our employees being used? Does it look accurate? Does it feel accurate? Again, how is it written? Is it clear and easy to understand? This can give you a really good viewpoint on how an organization is sitting in terms of their compliance, whether or not compliance has trickled down into the way things are dealt with externally and how information is passed out to people. So the number one thing, have a read of those privacy notices, see if they're accurate, see if they're making sense, are they written in a friendly fashion? That's always a really good place to start. The second thing you can do is obviously review any policies and procedural documentation. So again, if you're new to the organization, you're going to want to look at what policies, procedures are already in place. If you're not new to the organization, but you're looking to kind of kickstart compliance, going back, having a read through and a refresh of those policies and procedures is a fantastic place to start. Simple things that you want to be looking for, things like, are they up to date? Have they got a review period on them? Were they reviewed in line with that review period? If there are any names in there, so if there's names of contact people, maybe the DPO, maybe senior people within the business, somebody to report incidents to, for instance, are those names up to date? Are those roles up to date? Are all of the contact details up to date? Does the policy still reflect what happens within the business? Does the procedure still reflect how things are done? Very often people have introduced different processes, different levels of automation, departments have moved around, processes aren't necessarily in line with what happens in the business anymore. having a look at those, giving them a bit of a refresh, giving them a bit of a rebrand and a tidy up, and reissuing them out to the business is a really great way to get the conversation and get your compliance stance moving again. And at number 3, always one of my favourite things to do and recommend is to have a clear desk day. Now, it's February, January's done, Christmas is done, things have started to calm down a little bit. This is a perfect opportunity to set out a clear desk day within your business. Now, a clear desk day is the simplest, most effective way to kind of get people thinking about the information that they hold, where they're keeping it, do they need it anymore? Asking people to look through their drawers, find any old paperwork that they don't need anymore, and obviously get that shredded if it's not required. Getting people to go through their desktops, so on their computers, what have you got stored on your desktop? Should you even have that information on there? Do you need it anymore? If not, let's get rid of it. Let's get deleting it. Again, same for emails, encouraging people to go through their emails. Is there anything that they don't need to be keeping? Are they keeping emails with attachments on, and those attachments are already stored on the drive or on a shared drive somewhere? People tend to keep information for just in case. So making sure that everybody has a good tidy up, and if it doesn't need to be kept, it doesn't fall in line with the company's retention policy, then get people to clear it away, get people to tidy up and get rid of stuff. It just gets people in that kind of mindset of starting to look at what they've got, why, and whether or not they need to keep it any longer. The 4th thing you can do is start encouraging people to report security incidents. Now, you have to be really careful when you do this, because what you don't want to do is make people feel like they're going to be in trouble if they are reporting incidents. Reporting incidents is incredibly important because it gives you a viewpoint on the kind of compliance stance within the organisation. Is there a common error that's occurring on a regular basis? Is an email being sent to the same person over and over again when it should be? Maybe people are on an email distribution list that don't work here anymore. It could be really small things that are really easy to fix, but if you don't know about them, you're not going to be able to fix them. So encouraging people to report incidents and make sure those things are documented, and then using those reports, using those incidents to review them, look for trends, look for opportunities for improvement, is a really fantastic way of A, getting the business back in the mindset of compliance, but B, also giving you oversight of what's going on so that you can start to pick easy areas that you can focus on. You can start to look for some small wins within the business, again, without having to really spend any money to get things done. The 5th and final thing that you can do to kickstart your compliance program is get out a tailored, structured program of training and awareness. Now, this can be built using all of points 1 to 4. So you've identified areas where changes need to be made. Maybe you've identified areas where there's a lack of understanding. So starting to build out some tailored training for different departments, different teams, training that's really specific to their needs, their wants, the challenges that they are facing is going to land a lot better than generic annual training that everybody has to do. In addition to that, spending a bit of time running kind of awareness campaigns, doing things like the Clear Desk Day, popping some posters up around the office or around the workplace. Of course, loads of people are working from home now, so posters, sending out emails, memos to people, top 5 things for people to look at. Please remember to clear your desk. Please remember to make sure you're not keeping information when you don't need it. Please make sure that you're reporting security incidents. All of these things can form part of a useful awareness campaign, which just gets the business in the mindset of thinking about compliance again, especially after kind of the Christmas and New Year break, where things for some people may have slipped. Lots more people are working from home and they're in a different mindset. So bringing that back to the forefront is a really good way to get compliance back on the agenda, and it's very unlikely to cost you any real kind of money. The number 1 thing to remember when you're looking at re-engaging your compliance culture within the business is that this is a journey. It is an ongoing process. You're going to need to do these things regularly. It's not just a case of doing it once and hoping that it lands. You have to keep continuing. You have to keep talking to the business, keep talking to people, and keep driving that agenda of compliance before you're going to start to see any benefits. So if you're going to do something, you may as well do it now. I feel like these are some really good places to start. Obviously, if you've got any other suggestions, please do add those down in the comments below. We have a lot more videos lined up coming out over the next few weeks, so we'll start getting those produced, we'll start getting those out for you. If there is any particular topics that you want us to cover, again, please do drop a comment below, and of course make sure that you like these videos, subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks very much.